Soft quiet gathers here like the first gentle sigh at the end of the day. Nothing needs your attention now, nothing asks for effort. This moment opens slowly, easing you into a space where everything can soften. A warm stillness settles around you, almost like a soft blanket laid over the mind. The body begins to notice the simple comfort of slowing down. Breath rises and falls in an easy rhythm, without strain, without pressure, just natural movement, steady and calm. Here, the pace is unhurried. You can feel the difference as the mind loosens its grip. Thoughts drift a little farther away, their edges no longer sharp. They fade into the background like distant sounds at the end of a long evening. In this gentle quiet, the breath becomes a small anchor, not something to control, only something to notice. Each inhale arrives softly, each exhale carries a little weight away. The body answers with tiny shifts, settling, sinking a little deeper into comfort. A sense of grounding begins to grow, warm and steady. You might feel it in the chest or the belly, or simply as a calm presence that settles close. There's nothing to do with it. Just allow it to be here, easing you into this softer space. The room around you feels quieter now. Even if sound exists, it no longer pulls at you. Everything feels a bit farther away, like the world is folding back into a slow hush. And in that hush, your whole system begins to rest. Another gentle breath moves through, and another. You don't need to change anything about it. Just let each breath move naturally, the way calm air drifts through an open window at night. Notice how the body responds to slowness. Muscles soften without effort. The shoulders release a bit, the jaw loosens, the hands and feet grow warm and heavy. These small shifts gather piece by piece, helping you sink into deeper ease. Mind and body begin to match each other's quiet rhythm. Awareness grows softer, like dim light at the edge of sleep. Thoughts may still come, but they drift through gently, without asking you to follow. They rise, float, and then fade again. Here, nothing needs to be solved. Nothing needs to be held. This is a space of simple presence, where every breath is enough. Warmth collects in the center of your body and spreads slowly outward, smoothing away what the day left behind. As the breath continues, your attention becomes lighter, more spacious. You might sense a wide, open quiet forming inside you, a quiet that feels steady, a quiet that feels safe, a quiet that invites you to rest a little deeper. The body begins to feel heavier in a comforting way, as if gravity itself is soft and gentle tonight. Each exhale feels longer, softer, more releasing than the one before. The slowing becomes natural, like drifting into the deep part of evening. Soft reassurance fills this moment. Nothing is rushed, nothing is forced. Everything moves at the pace of calm. This is a place where the nervous system unwinds, one breath at a time. You may notice small pauses between breaths, tiny spaces where the mind holds nothing at all. These pockets of stillness grow, warm and quiet, and you drift into them without trying. The whole body follows, settling like sand sinking slowly to the bottom of clear water. Another breath comes. It feels softer now. Then another. The air moves through you in slow waves, smoothing the edges of thought and soothing the places inside that were tired of holding tension. Here, everything is allowed to slow. Your inner world becomes quiet and open like a calm field at dusk. Awareness settles gently, finding its own comfortable place to rest. Each moment stretches out in front of you, spacious and easy. Your breath is a slow lull, steady and warm. Your body grows heavier, your mind becomes quieter. Nothing pulls you forward, nothing asks you to return to the pace of the day. This soft quiet gathers beside you, around you, and within you. It stays steady, like a warm hand resting near yours. You can lean into it as deeply as you wish. There is no wrong way to be here. And now, the stillness becomes even softer, more restful, more complete. The breath moves gently, the body sinks a little further, and the mind drifts into a hush that feels safe and warm. Stay here, Let this calm hold you. Let the quiet settle around your awareness like a soft dusk. Nothing else is needed in this moment, just this slow, easing drift into deeper peace and the simple comfort of settling into quiet. The day begins to loosen its hold the moment you allow things to slow. A gentle quiet gathers around you, soft and steady, like the warm dimming of light at the edge of evening. Nothing needs to be carried right now. Nothing needs to be solved. This is the time when the body starts to drift toward comfort. As you settle here, the breath moves in its own easy rhythm. Each inhale feels soft, like a small opening. Each exhale smooths the edges of whatever still lingers from the day. Little by little, the mind starts to unclench, the way a hand loosens after holding too much for too long. Here, in this quiet, the weight you've been carrying becomes easier to notice, not to engage with it, not to think about it, but simply to see how it sits in the body. It may feel like a tightness across the chest, or a heaviness in the shoulders, or a gentle buzz beneath the skin. Wherever it rests, it has already begun to soften. The light of the day fades in its own unhurried way. You may sense a soft dimming inside you too, a shift towards stillness. That shift happens naturally. You don't have to guide it. It knows how to arrive all on its own. Another slow breath finds its way in. Warm air fills the body with a quiet ease. Then the breath leaves in a smooth, steady release, taking with it the leftover pace of the day. Each exhale feels a bit longer, a bit softer, a bit more letting go. The quiet around you deepens. Sounds, if they're present, drift farther back, like they're settling behind a soft curtain. This space belongs to softness now. This moment belongs to you resting. As the breath moves in and out, the body begins to ease its posture. Shoulders fall a little lower. The jaw loosens. The belly softens. Your whole system starts to understand that the work of the day is finished. A warm sense of relief moves through, subtle but steady. It's the feeling of no longer having to hold everything up. It's the feeling of being allowed to slow down and being met with quiet when you do. Thoughts may still wander through. That's natural. They arrive like small ripples across a calm surface, then fade again without staying long. You don't need to push them away. They're already drifting. Another gentle inhale comes, soft, unforced. It fills the chest just enough. Then it leaves with an ease that invites the mind to rest a little more. The body settles deeper into comfort. Warmth spreads slowly from the center outward. The muscles around the neck and back soften, releasing the shape they held through the day. Everything that felt tight begins to melt. In this moment, the pace of everything inside you slows. The mind stops reaching forward. The breath evens out into a steady lull. It feels safe to soften. It feels safe to let the day fall away. Quiet continues to gather around you, richer now, almost tangible. It settles like a soft glow over your thoughts, smoothing their edges. The mind becomes gentler, the body becomes heavier in the most comforting way. Here, nothing presses for attention. Even the memories of the day lose their sharpness. They fade into a distant hum, easy to overlook, easy to release. Your awareness follows the slow rhythm of breath instead of the fast rhythm of thought. Every exhale opens the door to deeper calm. Every inhale fills the body with a sense of soft warmth. You drift between these two gentle movements, rising slightly, settling deeply. This slow rhythm carries you toward quiet. Another small wave of relaxation moves through your arms, down into your hands, then through your legs, into your feet. Each part of the body unwinds on its own timeline with no pressure at all. It's enough just to notice the softening. The day's weight becomes lighter, almost transparent. What felt heavy before is now easier to set down. Your breath takes care of the rest, smoothing the last traces of tension like a soft cloth moving over the surface of still water. This moment is warm, this moment is safe. This moment asks nothing of you. You're simply resting in the gentle shift from the pace of the day into the softness of night. Now, the breath settles into a slow, steady drift. The body melts into stillness. Thoughts move like soft shadows across the edge of awareness, quiet and harmless. Everything inside you eases into early calm. Stay here in this slow, easing quiet. Let the softness hold you. Let the warmth settle through you. The day has already fallen away, and you're resting in the gentle safety of the night's first calm. Soft quiet gathers again, even deeper than before. The air around you feels calmer, warmer, slower, almost as if the whole space is taking a long, gentle breath with you. Nothing rushes here, everything moves at the pace of ease. As you settle into this moment, notice how the breath drifts in on its own, smooth, unhurried. It rises like a gentle tide moving toward shore. Then it falls away just as softly, slipping back into stillness. There's no need to shape the breath. It already knows the way. Each inhale lifts the chest by just a small degree, warm and steady. Each exhale releases without effort, smoothing away the leftover buzz of the day. You drift with that rhythm, rising slightly, settling again. In this quiet, the breath becomes a soft anchor. Not heavy, not demanding, just something steady to follow. It keeps you close to the present moment, where everything feels calmer. Every inhale gathers warmth. Every exhale releases a little more tension. Notice the air as it moves in. It may feel cool at first, or warm, or simply soft. Then feel how it leaves, relaxing the body as it goes. Your shoulders ease down, your jaw softens, the muscles around your eyes become quiet. The rhythm becomes clearer now, a slow wave upward, then downward. The body responds in small ways, loosening, settling, resting. The breath moves through you like gentle water, smoothing whatever feels rough inside. It's a quiet motion, steady and comforting. Thoughts may rise, then fall away again, carried along by the slow tide of breathing. There's nothing to fix, nothing to follow. Here, everything softens. Your attention drifts inward, toward warmth and steadiness. The breath becomes the center of this moment, and everything else grows softer around it. Noise fades, thoughts slow. Only this calm rhythm remains. Another inhale comes, slightly deeper, as if the body is welcoming the softness. And the exhale stretches out longer, dissolving tension in a warm, quiet release. Each breath becomes heavier, fuller, more soothing. The mind settles in the spaces between them. The rise of the breath is gentle, the fall is even gentler. Your whole system answers by calming its pace, heart, muscles, thought patterns. Everything leans into the slow drift. Imagine the breath curling in like a soft ocean wave. It reaches the shore of your body with quiet energy, and then it slips back, leaving nothing behind but stillness. There's no force in it, only ease. Warmth begins to gather across your body. It might settle in the chest, or the belly, or anywhere that feels safe. This warmth grows with every breath, not bright or intense, just steady, comforting warmth that reassures the nervous system that it's time to slow down. The quiet inside you widens. Awareness becomes softer, looser, more spacious. Breath shapes this space gently, smoothing it into calm. You drift into that openness without effort. You settle deeper into ease. Another slow inhale rises, soft, quiet, complete. Then the exhale follows, releasing any remaining sharpness from thought or body. Each release feels like sinking into a soft surface. Each release deepens the comfort. The breath becomes your guide now, not through words, but through rhythm. Soft rise, soft fall, a quiet pulse you can rest inside. The world around you grows dimmer, not in sight, but in pull. It no longer tugs at your attention. It falls away as you remain here with this slow motion of breath, this gentle tide that carries your whole body into stillness. Feel the next inhale fill you with ease, just a little. Then feel the next exhale soften everything inside you, just enough. The body responds with quiet surrender. Your breath becomes slower still, deep in your belly, gentle in your chest, a soft wave of comfort rising and falling, steady, warm, soothing. This quiet rhythm carries you to a deeper calm. The mind settles even more. The body feels heavier, but in a comforting way. Every breath invites another layer of stillness. Every breath brings you closer to full ease. Now the breath barely needs your attention. It moves on its own, slow and natural. You're simply resting within its rhythm, safe, warm, held by the softness around you. Stay with this ease as long as you wish. Let the slow tide of breath carry you deeper. Let it settle your thoughts, smooth your edges, and hold you in quiet comfort. The breath moves softly, the body follows, the mind drifts, and everything settles into gentle, steady peace as the rhythm of ease continues to carry you. Quiet settles around you again, deeper and softer than before. The air feels still, almost as if the whole space is resting with you. Nothing moves quickly here, everything slows to a calm, gentle drift. This is a moment for sinking inward. As the breath rises and falls, awareness begins to settle into a soft center inside you, a quiet space, a peaceful space. It's like a still pool deep within, smooth and untouched. You don't need to search for it. It appears naturally as everything else grows calm. The breath moves gently, creating small ripples of warmth. With each inhale, the pool brightens just a little. With each exhale, the ripples soften and fade. Soon the surface grows smoother, quieter, more steady. Thoughts may drift across the surface for a moment. A memory, a sound, a fragment of worry. They come and go like tiny motions in the water. They don't disturb anything for long. They simply rise, linger, and dissolve back into the stillness. Notice how the breath slows even more now. Its rhythm becomes quiet and steady, a soft tide in the background. This gentle rise and fall keeps you anchored in the present moment. It's soothing, warm, consistent. The still pool within becomes clearer. Its surface settles into a mirror-like calm. You may sense a faint glow in this space, a subtle warmth that feels deeply comforting. It doesn't demand attention. It simply holds you steady and calm. Each inhale lifts you slightly, like a soft swell of water. Each exhale eases you down again, smoothing everything inside. This movement is unhurried, soft waves folding into one another, a rhythm that invites deeper rest. The mind begins to quiet, not by force, but by gentle settling, as if every thought has grown tired from moving too fast and now chooses to rest. Silence gathers around them, warm and steady, and the thoughts drift away in their own time. This inner pool widens subtly. It feels open, spacious, comforting. There's room for everything to settle, room for tension to loosen, room for breath to flow freely. Warmth spreads across your chest and down into your belly. It feels like a soft glow beneath the surface, warming this quiet pool from within. That glow helps smooth whatever remains unsettled. It eases the mind into deeper stillness. It wraps around the body like a gentle embrace. The surface of this inner pool is almost completely calm now. Only the lightest ripples remain, moving with your breath. The rise and fall, the soft tide inside, a rhythm that asks nothing of you. Thoughts that do drift in no longer linger. They touch the surface, then fade like shadows. There's no pull to follow them, no need to react. Everything is held in this warm, open quiet. You're resting deeper now. Breath is slow and steady, settling into a natural softness. The body grows heavier in the most comforting way. Every muscle loosens. Every part of you drifts toward quiet. Imagine the still pool widening even more. It stretches gently through your chest, your belly, your whole body. A field of quiet, warm, and steady. Everything inside you softens into that openness. Everything inside you rests. The rhythm of breath feels like the faintest movement over calm water, barely there, just enough to keep the body at ease, just enough to guide the mind into deeper calm. This slow rhythm carries you inward, where everything is peaceful, Another soft inhale rises. It smooths the surface of the pool. Another long exhale follows. It settles the last of the day's tension. Warm stillness gathers in the space that remains. This quiet grows deeper, not darker, just softer, like a quiet evening settling over a calm lake. The air feels gentle, the mind feels open, the body feels safe. You might notice long stretches of ease between breaths now, moments when the whole body pauses, resting in complete stillness. Those pauses feel natural, comforting. They invite you into deeper presence. Every part of you begins to flow in this warm quiet, not lifting upward, just resting softly in place, held by ease, held by calm, held by the still pool within. In this moment, nothing rises sharply, nothing interrupts. Everything inside moves with the slowest possible rhythm, like drifting through a calm night with no destination, no urgency, no effort. Stay with this quiet inner pool. Let its stillness surround you. Let it soften the breath, the mind, the body. Let it hold you in a warm and steady calm. The breath settles into the faintest motion now. The surface of the pool lies smooth and unbroken. Awareness floats gently above it all, unhurried and at peace. Here, stillness feels natural, warm, spacious. Deep within, the quiet holds you, and you sink softly into its calm. The quiet that surrounds you now feels warm and steady, as if the whole space is leaning gently toward rest. The breath has slowed, the mind has softened, and the body is ready to follow, easing into its own rhythm of release. Awareness settles into the body, not with effort, but with a soft curiosity. The weight of your limbs becomes clearer, comforting, grounded. It's a warm heaviness, the kind that comes when everything inside begins to loosen. The body knows how to rest. This is simply the moment it begins. Start by sensing the head and face, noticing without judging, without changing anything. The muscles around the forehead soften, as if smoothing out on their own. Then the eyes rest a little deeper in their sockets. The jaw loosens gently, with no pressure at all. Warmth gathers around the neck. It spreads slowly, easing places that held tension through the day. The throat feels softer. The back of the neck lengthens slightly, inviting a slow drift downward. Everything here starts to melt. Awareness moves to the shoulders. They may carry more than you realize. But now, as the breath settles, the shoulders begin to release their weight. They drop just a little, then a little more. A natural surrender, slow and steady. The arms feel the shift. A warm heaviness spreads through them. It moves down the biceps, along the forearms, all the way to the hands. Each finger loosens, each joint relaxes. The hands rest in complete ease, heavy and warm. Attention drifts to the upper back. Softening happens quietly here, like warm air settling under the skin. The muscles that held you upright all day begin to let go. The spine settles into comfort. The whole back sinks deeper. The chest follows. Breath flows through with an easy warmth. Each inhale fills the chest gently. Each exhale relaxes it, spreading comfort downward. The heart area softens, open and unhurried. As the breath moves lower, the belly loosens. Tension unwinds in a slow release. The abdomen rises softly with the inhale and sinks with the exhale, settling deeper with each slow downward drift. Warmth fills the space, steady and calm. The lower back joins in this softening. It begins to relax into whatever supports it. The muscles soften from the inside out. A slow, melting warmth spreads across the lower spine. Relief settles into place, quiet and soothing. Now the hips grow heavier, they sink downward, held by the warmth around them. Any tightness here begins to ease. The joints soften, the muscles loosen. A sense of deep grounding spreads through the whole area. The heaviness moves into the thighs. They release their weight, slow and natural. Warmth spreads through the large muscles here, relaxing them deeply. They soften into stillness. They rest without effort. The knees follow, quiet and calm. They feel warm, supported, unburdened. Then the release flows into the shins and calves. These muscles unwind slowly, as though the day's tightness is dissolving into the air around you. The legs grow heavier still. Finally, the feet begin to relax. Warmth settles in the soles. The arches soften, the toes uncurl and rest in complete ease. Every part of the feet grows warm, loose, quiet. The whole body now is settling into a blanket-like comfort. A soft heaviness spreads from head to toe. Every muscle has loosened. Every part of you is resting in gentle stillness. There is nothing left to hold. Breath moves through this relaxed body in slow waves. Warm air in, soft release out. The rhythm is quiet, steady, soothing. Each breath deepens the rest even more. You may feel the body sinking slightly, like it's settling into a soft surface. Not falling, just easing downward, just relaxing more fully. The heaviness feels calming, grounding, safe. Everything inside moves at the pace of deep rest. Now the body rests as one soft shape, warm, heavy, entirely at ease. There's no need to return to anything, no need to adjust. Everything is exactly as it needs to be. In this moment, you're wrapped in a gentle comfort that settles over the body like warmth spreading through a blanket. It holds you softly, it reassures you, it invites you to stay in this deep calm. Breath flows slowly, muscles loosen completely, the body surrenders to quiet rest. You drift gently at the edge of stillness, held by comfort from the inside out. Soft quiet gathers again, lighter now, almost airy. The space around you feels wider, more open, as if the edges of the room have gently drifted farther away. Nothing presses in, nothing closes around you. Everything opens, slow and spacious. The breath rises gently in this openness. It blends into the stillness, as if the air itself is breathing with you. Each inhale feels like a small expansion. Each exhale feels like settling into something vast and calm. The rhythm is slow and effortless. Awareness begins to stretch outward, not in a reaching way, but like a soft unfolding. It feels as though you're surrounded by wide, quiet space, a night sky, a calm field, or simply a sense of boundless stillness. You don't have to picture anything clearly, just feel the openness around you. The breath drifts through this space in long, gentle waves, a slow rise, a slow release. The pauses between breaths feel longer here, filled with quiet air and a sense of being held by something spacious and calm. That stillness grows with every soft inhale and every warm exhale. Thoughts may appear in the distance. They don't feel close or heavy. They float like tiny specks against a wide backdrop, drifting farther away with each breath. There's no pull to follow them. They simply fade into the open quiet. With each passing moment, the space around you feels wider. The air feels lighter. Even the mind feels suspended in a slow, gentle hush. There's room here for everything to settle, room for the body to rest without effort. The breath moves like a soft breeze across this quiet expanse. It enters smoothly, it leaves smoothly. Nothing breaks the rhythm, nothing disturbs the pace. Awareness becomes softer. The mind loosens its grip even further, drifting like a feather settling onto soft ground. Thoughts thin out, leaving long stretches of stillness. These stretches feel peaceful, natural, welcoming. You rest inside them with ease. A gentle warmth fills the center of your chest. It glows softly, spreading outward into the spacious quiet. This warmth doesn't push or pull, it simply fills you, comforting and calm. Your whole body feels lighter within this expansive rest. Breath continues its slow rise and fall. Its rhythm becomes the only movement in this moment. Everything else is still, everything else is quiet. This softness wraps around you like a wide, open night. With every inhale, awareness expands outward. With every exhale, the body sinks deeper inside the stillness. The mind floats between these two motions, drifting farther from tension with each gentle wave. You're resting in calm space, nothing confined, nothing tight. The spacious quiet invites your thoughts to drift even farther. They soften, they fade. They dissolve into the distance like small ripples disappearing across a calm lake. Nothing remains sharp, nothing remains heavy. Your body rests deeper now. The limbs feel loose and warm, the chest and belly rise and fall with ease. This softness feels endless, like floating in warm air or lying under a wide open sky. The quiet is vast, and you are held gently inside it. Another slow breath rises. It opens the space even more. Another soft breath falls. It carries the last bits of tension away. Each cycle deepens the sense of openness around you. Thoughts now come as faint flickers, barely noticeable. They drift across the edges of awareness and disappear before they form. You're resting far beneath them in a calm and spacious stillness. Everything inside you feels unhurried and free. The breath has become very slow, very smooth. Its movement feels like the quietest tide, brushing softly against the shore of your awareness. This tide carries you inward, but also outward, into a sense of wide, peaceful expanse. Warmth spreads through your body, filling it with safety and calm. The air around you feels soft and gentle, like a cool night settling over a calm landscape. There's nothing to resist, nothing to manage. Everything is allowed to drift. The mind becomes light, the body becomes warm, the breath becomes a slow, soothing wave, and the space around you stays open, quiet, endless in its softness. In this moment, you rest inside a peaceful, spacious quiet that holds you without effort. Your whole being floats gently within it, steady and calm. The breath rises one more time, slow and warm, then falls again, deep and easy. Stay in this open stillness. Let it surround you. Let it support you. Let it carry you into deeper rest. As the quiet around you stretches wide and soft, and you drift peacefully inside its calm. A soft warmth begins to gather around you, gentle and steady. It feels like the air itself has drawn closer, offering comfort without asking anything in return. Everything slows into a warm hush. Everything feels safe to settle. The breath moves quietly in this warmth. A soft rise, a softer release. Each breath spreads ease through your chest and belly, smoothing the space inside. It feels like a gentle glow awakening beneath the surface. This warmth settles deep in the center of the body, not bright or intense, just steady and soothing, like a small ember resting in calm air. It radiates softly outward, warming the space around your heart. That glow begins to fill the whole chest with a quiet, comforting presence. The warmth drifts downward. It fills the belly in slow, gentle waves. Tension melts beneath it, dissolving without effort. Everything feels a little softer, a little quieter, a little more supported from within. This inner glow feels close, familiar, almost like a comforting hand resting lightly against your chest. It steadies you, it reassures you, it reminds you that you're held in this moment, with no need to move or do anything at all. The breath continues to feed this warmth. Each inhale brightens it slightly, as though the glow grows rounder and fuller. Each exhale spreads it outward, softening the edges of every muscle it touches. A calm presence fills the space inside you. Thoughts that drift through feel softer now. They appear in the distance, but they don't pull you away. The warmth keeps them gentle, keeps them quiet. They float on the edges of awareness, light and harmless. The body relaxes deeper into this comfort. Shoulders sink as the warmth slides through them. The chest loosens, the back softens against whatever holds it. This warmth feels like a quiet blanket, wrapping around the whole torso. A gentle closeness forms around your heart. It's a feeling of being deeply cared for, even if no words are spoken. It's a warmth that simply stays with you, steady and constant. You can rest inside it without effort. The glow expands slowly through your arms. The upper arms grow warm and heavy. The forearms loosen. The hands soften completely, sinking into comfort. This warmth wraps each part of you in quiet reassurance. Another slow breath rises. It carries the glow upward into the throat, relaxing the neck and easing any tightness there. The warmth continues into the face, relaxing the jaw and smoothing the lines around the eyes. Everything feels gentle here. softened by this steady presence. The glow drifts lower, filling the hips and spreading through the legs. The muscles unwind naturally. The legs grow warm, heavy, deeply calm. Every part of the lower body settles into stillness. This warmth does not fade. It remains as a soft, steady presence inside you. It feels like a quiet home within yourself, a place you can rest without question, a place where everything feels held. The mind grows quieter as the glow deepens. Thoughts slow to a gentle drift. They come and go without leaving any tension behind. The warmth softens them before they even take shape. Breathing becomes slower, softer. It blends into the warmth in your chest and belly, moving with the glow as though they are one gentle rhythm. This rhythm is comforting, like being rocked by calm air. The body feels loose and supported now, not heavy in a burdensome way, but heavy like settling into the perfect place of rest. The warmth helps every part of you feel grounded and safe. It holds you without pressure. This inner glow stays with you, steady and calm. It fills the whole torso, the whole body, lighting it with quiet comfort. There's no need to reach for it. It's already here, surrounding you from the inside. You may notice a growing sense of softness around the heart, a sense of being gently cared for, a deep calm that feels personal and close. This is the warm presence you're resting in. The breath deepens slightly, then settles back into an easy rhythm. The glow moves with it, rising with each inhale, spreading with each exhale. This movement feels natural, soothing, familiar. It encourages the body to surrender even more. Now the warmth fills everything: the chest, the belly, the arms and legs, the back and neck. It settles into every quiet corner inside you. Stay here in this warm presence. Rest in it. Breathe with it. Let it hold you in the softest way. The glow remains steady. The warmth remains deep. The breath stays slow and quiet, and you settle into this gentle comfort, feeling supported, feeling safe, resting in warm, peaceful presence. Everything feels a little quieter now. The air around you is soft, steady, and calm. Breath moves through you in slow, gentle waves. The body rests deeply, and the mind begins to drift into a softer rhythm. Thoughts may still appear, small traces of the day or faint echoes of memory. They rise naturally on their own. Nothing needs to be done about them. They're simply small movements of the mind passing through like quiet ripples. Notice the space around these thoughts, a soft openness, wide and calm. Thoughts drift in, rest for a moment, then drift away again. They're like small clouds moving across a calm sky, light and untethered. They don't stay long. Each breath makes this drifting even easier. The inhale feels like a small lifting. The exhale feels like a long, warm release. Thoughts ride that gentle movement, floating farther away with each slow exhale. Nothing holds them in place. You don't have to push thoughts away. They're already moving on their own. They rise softly, as if from the surface of the mind, and fade just as softly. You're simply watching them drift, watching them lighten. The space beneath the thoughts grows clearer now. A quiet foundation, steady, calm, open. It feels warm and spacious, like a soft bed of stillness where the mind can finally rest. Awareness gently settles there. Whenever a thought appears, notice how it floats across that spacious quiet. It might pass quickly, it might linger briefly. Either way, it doesn't disturb the stillness beneath it. The mind stays soft. Breath moves in slow waves. The rhythm is even and warm. Thoughts drift with that rhythm, floating out of focus, out of concern. You become more interested in the quiet between them, the gentle, peaceful space that holds everything. That quiet begins to widen. It stretches softly in all directions, like a calm horizon slowly expanding. Thoughts have more room to move, more room to fade. They drift far into the background, tiny and harmless. The quiet becomes the center of your awareness. Here, the mind loosens its grip. There's no need to hold anything, no need to follow any thought. Everything is allowed to drift. Everything is allowed to settle. A small thought may rise, a memory, a plan, a fragment of a sentence. It floats gently into view. Then it moves on, carried by the slow tide of breath. You don't need to engage with it. It's already drifting away. The pauses between thoughts grow longer, softer, filled with warm, restful air. These pauses feel peaceful, natural, welcoming. You rest inside them without effort. The spaciousness inside you deepens. It feels light and open, yet steady enough to hold you completely. Breath becomes quiet at the edges, barely noticeable. Thoughts become faint shadows, moving across the background, but never pulling you from the stillness underneath. Every exhale helps release whatever mental weight remains. Every inhale opens your awareness a little more. This is effortless. It unfolds on its own, like watching the sky clear after a slow-moving cloud drifts by. Now the mind feels softer. Thoughts rise very gently. They drift even more gently. Each one becomes lighter, thinner, less solid. They dissolve into the quiet before you even finish noticing them. You're resting in the space beneath all of this. A warm, open awareness that doesn't require thought. It simply holds you. It supports you gently, like calm air surrounding the body. It feels safe to rest here. Another slow breath arrives. The quiet deepens. Another breath leaves. Thoughts fade with it. The mind rests more fully with each soft wave of breath. This spacious quiet is all around you now. It feels endless in the softest way. Thoughts have drifted far from the center of your mind, floating like tiny specks in a wide, gentle sky. You remain grounded in the calm beneath them. Stay in this softness. Rest in this open quiet. Let thoughts come and go, light and unimportant. Let the mind drift in the wide, peaceful stillness that holds everything. The breath stays slow. The body stays warm and at ease. The mind becomes quiet and spacious. Thoughts float farther and farther away until only the calm beneath them remains, soft, open, steady, and deeply peaceful. The quiet around you has grown very soft now. It feels warm, gentle, and steady, almost like a soft veil settling through the air. Nothing asks you to move, nothing pulls at your attention. Everything slows into a calm, low rhythm. The body begins to feel heavier in the most comforting way. A warm weight spreads through you, slow and steady. It settles across your chest, your arms, your legs. Each breath makes the heaviness warmer. Each exhale lets your body sink a little deeper. Awareness drifts inward. It feels quieter there, quieter than before. Thoughts have softened into almost nothing. Only a faint sense of being here remains, warm, safe, unhurried. This moment feels like a gentle surrender. The breath becomes very slow, so slow it feels like the air is moving on its own. Each inhale arrives quietly, each exhale stretches out, long and soft, as if it continues far beyond the body. This slow rhythm eases everything deeper. Now the body starts to melt into the space beneath it, not suddenly, but in slow waves. The edges of your body feel softer. The muscles loosen completely. You settle into the surface below you as though it's holding you with perfect support. Warm heaviness moves through the arms. They no longer feel separate from where they rest. They blend into stillness. The hands soften, each finger loose and warm. Everything drifts downward. The legs follow in their own time. Knees relax, calves loosen, feet grow warm and heavy. They sink into the quiet, melting gently into the surface below. Soon the whole body feels like it's dissolving into warmth. The boundaries grow faint, shoulders soften, the spine releases its last bit of tension. The body feels wide, open, and almost fluid in its comfort. Breath is barely noticeable now. A faint rise, a long, soft fall. It moves like a quiet wave in the distance. You float with it, drifting deeper with each slow cycle. Awareness widens, but the body feels far away. There is a gentle emptiness, warm, peaceful, soothing. It's not cold or blank. It's a soft emptiness, like sinking into calm water that holds you without effort. Everything feels simple here. Thoughts are faint shadows, light enough to disappear before fully forming. They drift through the edges of awareness and fade again. They don't touch the stillness inside. They don't disturb the warmth holding you. They just move by softly. The quiet becomes deeper still. It's like a soft blanket gathering around the mind, closing off the noise of the day. You rest beneath it, warm and safe. Breathing becomes a quiet hum, barely there. Everything inside you feels free to let go. Now the body feels as though it is dissolving into the surface. Heaviness gives way to softness. Softness gives way to stillness. Stillness gives way to a sense of floating, even while sinking downward. A gentle paradox that feels natural and comforting. The mind drifts far from effort, far from tension, far from any need to hold on. It rests in a warm emptiness, a soft space where nothing needs to be done. Every part of you feels surrendered to quiet. In this moment, breath moves like the faintest motion, a whisper of air, a tiny swell, then a long, dissolving release. Time feels slower, wider, softer. The heaviness deepens into comfort. Muscles are quiet, thoughts are quiet. The world around you feels dim and distant, like a soft horizon fading into night. You're resting at the center of stillness. Awareness rests in a wide, open space. Warmth surrounds it from every side. You feel held, supported, completely safe to drift deeper into calm. The last bits of tension dissolve. They melt away as soon as they appear. Every breath settles you. Every moment draws you deeper into quiet. Nothing rises sharply, nothing interrupts. You are resting in soft stillness now, body melted into warmth, mind floating in gentle quiet, breath moving in the faintest waves. Stay inside this softness. Let it hold you. Let it surround you. Let the warm, heavy stillness carry you deeper into quiet, into rest, into complete, comforting calm. Everything feels softer now. The air around you is warm and gentle, as though the whole room has settled into a slow, steady quiet. The body rests deeply. The mind moves in long, quiet waves. This moment feels like a soft invitation to drift. As you settle here, imagine a cozy, quiet space forming inside you, a place made of warmth and dim calm, a place where everything slows to a peaceful, easy rhythm. Nothing needs to be adjusted, nothing needs to be changed. This quiet space feels like a room softened by warm air and gentle stillness. Its edges feel smooth. The atmosphere is tender. It's a space that welcomes you without asking anything in return. You settle into it naturally. The breath moves slowly, almost as if the air is floating in on its own. Each inhale is warm and steady. Each exhale spreads comfort through your whole body. The rhythm is so gentle it feels like part of the quiet itself. Inside this peaceful space, the body grows heavier, not with effort, but with ease. The shoulders soften into the stillness. The arms rest fully. The legs settle into a deep, warm calm. Everything around you feels muted and soft. Sounds drift farther away. Thoughts move slowly, like they're wrapped in a gentle haze. Nothing feels sharp or urgent. Everything is cushioned by calm. Imagine a soft glow in this cozy inner space. Not bright, just warm enough to feel comforting. It fills the room around you like quiet candlelight. The glow wraps around the body like a soft blanket. It holds you with a steady, reassuring presence. The air feels velvety and slow. Breath drifts through it without resistance. The whole space feels thick with ease. You relax deeper, sinking as though the surface below you has softened and widened. You rest in that softness. The mind begins to quiet in a deeper way. Thoughts drift like gentle wisps at the edges of awareness. They don't stay. They fade into the dim stillness. The quiet between them grows wider. This inner room feels like a sanctuary, safe, warm, comforting. It's a place where you are free to rest, without any expectation or effort. Everything supports your calm. The breath becomes so soft it feels like a whisper of air, a faint rise, a long melting fall. You sink deeper with each slow exhale. The body loosens into the quiet. In this warm space, the mind settles into a peaceful hush. Awareness becomes gentle and slow. Every part of you feels held. Every part feels supported. You rest in quiet closeness. The room inside you grows even cozier. The glow softens. The air thickens with warmth. The stillness feels like a soft weight pressing over you in the most comforting way. It's easy to drift here. The body feels far away, yet completely at ease. Heaviness spreads from your chest to your arms, to your legs, to your fingertips. A gentle sinking sensation arrives, slow and reassuring. You melt into the space beneath you. You relax without trying. Thoughts barely form anymore. They appear at the edge of awareness, then fade before taking shape. The mind hovers in a soft, open quiet. This quiet feels endless. It feels deeply peaceful. Everything inside you slows. The breath drifts into a faint rhythm. The body sinks deeper into warmth. The mind rests in stillness. You are surrounded by calm. Here in this quiet place, you are completely safe to rest. You're supported by the softness around you. You're held by the warmth inside you. There's nothing to manage, nothing to maintain. Stay in this sanctuary as long as you'd like. Let the cozy quiet cradle your thoughts. Let the warm dimness soothe every part of you. Let the gentle stillness carry you deeper into rest, into ease, into peaceful, drifting calm. Everything feels deeply calm now. The air around you is soft and dim, almost like warm darkness settling gently over the body. Breath drifts in slow, quiet waves. Awareness grows lighter with each moment. Nothing pulls you upward anymore. The body is heavy in a comforting way. It sinks into stillness as if the surface beneath you has softened and widened. Muscles rest completely. The breath barely stirs them. Everything is slow. A warm emptiness spreads through the mind. Thoughts drift at the very edges of awareness, thin and quiet. They fade before they fully form. The hush beneath them grows deeper. You float inside that hush. The breath moves in faint motions now. A soft rise, a long dissolving fall. Between breaths, there is a moment of still air, a quiet place where the mind rests without effort. The space around you feels dim and endless, not dark in a heavy way, dark in a soothing way, like the softest night settling over a calm landscape. The body drifts in that gentle dimness. It feels safe to sink deeper, safe to let go. You may sense a slow drift happening inside you, a floating feeling, or a gentle downward pull, as though the whole body is sliding into warm quiet. There is no resistance, only softness. Awareness grows faint, like a light dimming at the end of a long evening. You feel held by the warmth around you. The weight of the day is far away now. The world outside this moment has faded. Only calm remains. Another slow inhale arrives. It feels small and warm. Another soft exhale leaves. It trails off into the quiet, long and smooth. Breathing becomes a whisper. The mind drifts even further. It opens into a gentle emptiness that feels peaceful and wide. Thoughts float like tiny specks and fade into the distance. You rest beneath them, untouched by their movement. The quiet deepens. The body melts a little more into the stillness. Shoulders sink, arms rest heavily, legs loosen and fall into place. Every part of you feels surrendered to calm. Warm stillness fills the space in your chest. It spreads slowly outward, easing everything it touches. It feels like soft darkness glowing from inside, comforting, steady, completely safe. The breath slows again, barely there, a soft rise, a long fall, quiet as a drifting cloud. You follow it only for a moment, then drift again. Awareness becomes dim and relaxed. The mind loosens its hold on everything. It drifts as though floating on a warm current. Nothing feels sharp, nothing feels urgent. Everything is ease. You rest in a warm pool of stillness. The edges of your body feel faint, almost dissolving into the quiet around you. You're sinking deeper into this softness with every slow breath. The world narrows to warmth and calm, and then even that begins to fade into softness. Thoughts are little more than flickers now. They pass harmlessly through the dim quiet. The mind no longer follows them. It rests beneath them, low and peaceful, so peaceful. Breathing is slow and steady. The rhythm carries you towards sleep in gentle waves. Each exhale draws you deeper. Each inhale steadies you. The drift is natural, effortless. The whole body lies in warm stillness, heavy, resting, completely at ease. You're floating in a space where nothing is needed, nothing is missing. Warm darkness wraps around you, soothing and calm. It holds you in a deep, quiet space where sleep rises on its own, where the mind fades into softness, where the body melts into rest. Another faint breath comes. It releases slowly. Awareness loosens even more. Everything grows dim, slow, and peaceful. Sleep gathers gently, like soft night air settling over you. You don't need to meet it. You don't need to reach for it. It arrives naturally. It rises from the quiet. It fills the warm, open space inside you. Stay in this softness. Let it surround you. Let it hold you. Let the drift towards sleep happen on its own, slowly, quietly, effortlessly, as you slip into deep, warm rest. The quiet around you is deep now, soft, warm, steady. It feels like a gentle embrace that asks for nothing and offers everything you need to rest. The breath drifts in slow waves, barely there, a faint rise, a long, easy fall. Each breath settles you even more. The body is heavy in comfort, the mind is soft and dim. Awareness moves slowly, like a small light fading into warm darkness. Everything inside you feels calm, quiet, and deeply at ease. Nothing needs to be held now. Nothing needs to be remembered or done. The world outside this moment has already slipped away. You are resting in a calm that supports you fully. This stillness is yours for as long as you want it. You can stay here, unhurried, wrapped in gentle quiet. You can drift, float, or sink into sleep whenever it naturally rises. There is no right pace, only the soft unfolding of rest. Feel the weight of the body settling. Feel the softness gathering around your thoughts. Everything grows slower. Everything grows quieter. Even the breath feels like it is drifting away into silence. Warm darkness surrounds you, safe and peaceful. It holds you the way night holds the quiet earth. Steady, unmoving, timeless. If sleep is close, it will find you. If stillness is where you remain, it will hold you gently. Both are welcome here. Both are soft paths into ease. The mind grows dimmer. The body melts deeper. Words begin to feel lighter, more distant, as though they're resting beside you rather than being spoken. You are already drifting into a deeper quiet. In this moment, everything is softened. Everything is slowed. The breath, the thoughts, the weight of the day, all have faded into warm calm. You rest inside this softness as naturally as night settles over the world. Stay here as long as you wish. Let this quiet wrap around you. Let it carry you deeper. Let it hold you without effort. Now the words fade with the same softness that fills the room around you, slowly, gently, like a final warm breath, drifting off into stillness. You are safe here. You are calm. You are free to drift into sleep or rest in the quiet as everything dissolves into peaceful silence.